Okay, Jorma. Bundesliga has the longest winter break of major European football leagues, but finally today the season continues. In Bundesliga they talk about the winter champion, which is now Leipzig. What about that team?
Yeah, well, the Germans say that the winter champion is very often the final champion, but it happens when they have a team called Bayern Munich. So I mean that magic of winter champion, of course, doesn't apply with Leipzig. That being said, Leipzig was my second favorite already before the season started. I liked their defense and attitude, and I'm not with that populistic envy and negativeness towards Leipzig just because they happen to have the money. Nor against Bayern, I take teams as they are. So Leipzig is good, but I quite strongly believe Bayern will take over now with Flink as a manager. I don't believe that he's something so special, and actually Bayern have had good managers all the time. There are other reasons why things doesn't always go click nicely. Bayern should come back, and I don't recommend you to bet against Bayern that much, even if they are very short favorite all the time. The only possible timing to go against Bayern could be near to the Champions League games. If I remember right, they face Chelsea in the first round, and they should be quite clear favorites to go through. So I think Bayern will win the Bundesliga, and even if normally it's good to go against the favorites, I don't bet, probably, depends on the prices. Probably I don't bet against Bayern because they are so strong. Another general point about the German Bundesliga is that, as all you know, it's a very high scoring league. I have a number here. Yes, the average goals are 3.2 per game. The figure might be even going slightly upwards, and there are of course reasons for that. It's not kind of chump. I believe in culture differences in real life and in football, and in the German football culture, pressing, gegenpressing, as they say, very active play, attacking wing players. Many reasons explain why German Bundesliga is high scoring. Now, what that has to do with the favorites is that, of course, if there are more scoring chances, higher goal expectancies, more shots, then the randomness decreases slightly, which means that the best teams win more often than in the leagues, say Italian Serie B or French League, with lower goal averages. That's the reason why in Germany the favorites are stronger. Home advantages are pretty big. There's great fan culture in Germany. They are 45, 24, 31, those kind of normal games. So home team wins 45. The small number of draws explained partly of the high scoring, as mentioned.
Okay, What do you think about Leipzig betting-wise?
Well, Leipzig might offer some value. It's more difficult to guess compared to Bayern because, like at the start of the season, Leipzig was in the most previous rated below Borussia Dortmund, and Leipzig knows it's for some reason it's not that liked or backed or branded team. It might be that people doesn't like Leipzig due to those financial reasons. So there I don't have a strong opinion. I might bet on them against, say, Bayern with good prices, and I'm not so willing to leaving. I don't know yet. It's better we look for prices.
Well then, what teams are interesting betting-wise, and which teams have had especially good or bad luck?
Well, we have listed a few. We have found that Schalke 04 and Freiburg has been pretty lucky. But things are not black and white. Schalke is a pretty interesting case because I raise up my hand. I'm a big fan of David Wagner. He did well with very bad player material in Huddersfield. He has had lots of influences by Jürgen Klopp, and he's a good coach. And when he started with Schalke, I believed Schalke would be better. That being said, there had been a bad investment on the first half of the season, but Schalke has not been able to play the optimal pair of centre backs, and now we might believe that Schalke would find their act together under David Wagner, but somebody else might believe that already now they have been bad and they have even been lucky. They have not performed well. So there I don't have a strong opinion because Wagner and the possibility that the team will reach their level is against the fact that they have performed badly when the expected goals have been taken into consideration. Actually, my friends who are watching this, have a look how Schalke looks like. Actually, tonight they play against Borussia Mönchengladbach, and react what you see. You know, these breaks, like long winter break in German, gives time to get some things sorted out. I'm not a guru who says bet this, bet that, bet that. I give you information, think about it. So I just repeat, Schalke has been bad, point-wise, win-wise, and even worse when you look how they played. But they have had bad lineups. They still have pretty bad lineups, but they have a good coach.
Okay, besides Schalke, are there any clear underperformers in other teams?
Yes, underperformers. We have isolated Eintracht Frankfurt, Mainz, and Esten FC Köln. I'm most confident to wrap it up. The German Bundesliga doesn't offer so clear value to bet or lay as, for example, we had on our previous video of NHL. So I want to be honest with you and don't urge you to bet huge amounts of something which I do not bet myself. So I'm not very strongly bullish on Frankfurt, Mainz or Köln, but still they might offer value. Köln might be the best because they have quite solid defense, they are good in counter-attacking, and those ingredients are pretty useful for an underdog whom you bet with Asian handicaps or who you bet part of your Colossus bet position as the surprising result in the position. You can't have many of them because then the combinations get in Colossus bets over difficult. But to have one or two up surprising scorelines or results is fine, and then Köln might be that profile. Mainz has lost some key players. I, as you know, put much faith on good center backs, and Mainz doesn't have nowadays very good ones. So you can't always say that the team has been unlucky if they have allowed more goals than expected goals, because not the best expected goals maker can see everything. The time, space, blocking players, what has been the last pass before the shot, they always, have some effect. And you never know. Of course, you take a big step towards better opinion and better betting profits with even a brutal shots or XG method. But there might be some backgrounds like why Mainz look unlucky, and actually they are not that unlucky nor great betting investment. The third unlucky team, Eintracht Frankfurt, is probably the team of these three I'm not confident at all, because Frankfurt lost their best strikers before this season, and now what looks like bad luck in scoring compared to the scoring chances might be the case, which depends on that the strikers actually are pretty bad. It's hard to find the exact knowledge between luck and skill. We have in ESBC optimized that process, but still we aren't sure. One thing which I forgot to say when I talk about Bayern, I take this spontaneously. We have some young players and the team which was not very kind of, ready at the start of the season. So it might be the case that under Flick, Bayern gets more kind of, solid team after playing together the autumn season. And that's another reason why I believe they might quite soon take over. Okay, back to you.
You talked at length about Schalke, and tonight is one of their season highlights, an interesting and heated legendary Ruhr's derby. What are your thoughts about that as they face the Mönchengladbach?
That's pretty interesting. To start with, Mönchengladbach has been pretty lucky as well. They do not finish the season that high as they are at the moment. But, as you mentioned, it's a classic Ruhr derby, and lots of tickets are sold to the away supporters, so Schalke's home advantage is definitely lower than it should be, and unfortunately German fans are not that much more loyal, not even classical Schalke fans. The team always loses a bit of its home support, then things have turned sour. So for that reasons, and watch our previous Bundesliga video of the road derbies. It's pretty useful as well for your betting. So for all reasons mentioned, I believe Mönchengladbach might offer pretty good value tonight. So tonight the numbers are something like Ivrato is like smoothing towards the market. We don't want to be all in on the first match of spring season. So it should be something like 33% for Schalke win, 27% on the draw, and then 40% on the away favorite in the derby, Borussia Mönchengladbach. The draw might sound for you pretty high compared to the normal high score in Bundesliga, but this game is not necessarily so high scoring, even if I have mentioned the Schalke central defense fragility. I think ESBC's goal estimate is something 2.9, might even be 285, because both teams are slightly below the high-scoring German numbers. I repeat, it's a derby, and nobody kind of want to make the mistake in that game, which means that most of the players are pretty cautious, and at least the matches started pretty cautiously. Then I don't know how it's in Germany. I have not done a research, but in northern Germany, the weather and temperature might be a factor. Everybody knows that in British football, the scoring goes slightly down in January and end of December. So I don't say it's 2.8 goal expectancy, but put more percents on the low scores and draws than you do normally when you make your betting decisions. But even if we have made a mistake of a couple of percentages, Mönchengladbach should offer some value, and at least my money will be with Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Okay, thank you, Jorma, and let's hope that the Mönchengladbach edge realizes tonight.
Yes, so that's what we do. Ich glaube das. Thank you.